once again, this is the demo for Tales of Rein Ravine. Currently, it's only available on their Patreon, but as you can see in the top left corner, you can follow them on Instagram and on TikTok. I've been following them on their Patreon. Admittedly, on the free tier, there is a longer demo when you pay a few tiers higher, but I just unfortunately at this stage can't afford it, but when I can, I will absolutely be getting it because I'm very excited about this one. I have played through it once before, so not the entire way, but I know the basic mechanics, and it is very exciting as someone who has ridden horses and has their own horse for a while now. This is great. There's been a lot of horse games in production for a while now. There's been Unbridled, that horse game. There's been Horse Shelter 2022, which I think was just completely abandoned, which was a shame. There's that other one. What is it? Horse Shelter? Or just that horse game? I can't remember what it's called. It's on my Steam. I'm going to check for you, because there was quite an uproar about that. I remember that one. We had quite an uproar on that one because the beta version came out and it was like $24, and people very rightfully so thought that was quite a rip-off for just like creating a horse and being able to trot it into an arena. Which, yeah, like I said, completely understandable. Let's see what that one was called. Astride. I was very, very excited for Astride. It is still in early access, and the Australian price is still $36.50, which I think is ridiculous for an early access game. So it's a shame that they haven't kind of learnt from the reviews that have come in, but, you know, I know that there were some production issues at the beginning of that. And I have actually played the sample of Unbridled, that horse game. I did actually pay the Patreon for that one. But it just, the early access like beta key that I had, it just gave such limited gameplay that it was just really disappointing. That in the end all I could do was create a horse and ride around an arena. Go figure. So that was a bit sad, but I'm hoping that when the full game comes out, obviously there'll be more options, because I've got to say, I'm really tired of being jilted by horse games. So let's get with Tales of Rein Ravine, which I think out of the array that are out right now is probably the most exciting, the most promising. So we're going to take our lesson, and shift is run, that's right. So I have this set on like very, very high settings, which might be a mistake because it's making some things really staticky and some things really flat. But I mean, just look at the horses. Look at them. What's your name, White Horse? How shiny can a horse be? Tell me about it. Oh, the fact that they all carry themselves in that dressage frame is like, it's not realistic when they're in the paddocks, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it because that's what's in your brain when you're thinking about that perfect horse dream. My horse, Jellybean, completely unassuming on the ground, but he's gorgeous when he's under saddle. Or at least he's starting to get gorgeous. He had to build up a lot of muscle. When I got him, he was very, very scrawny. Okay, so, oh god. I don't want to read the SO. I didn't want to read the SOS. I wanted to read the riding. Oh my god. Somehow this was easier last time. There we go, riding lessons. All right, so we're going to go back to first time riding. And we'll go through as many as we'll try and get through all of the different lessons today. I think that's all that you can do in this version of the demo, but it's pretty well made, so let's go through it. You don't look like someone I've seen here before. What's your name? Vanderwall. Did you just say Vanderwall? Whoa, you must be a good rider then. Want to try some in and out combinations today? Why are you riding Milo, by the way? Sure you wouldn't want to switch to a more suitable jumper? Milo is as old as the sky. His scope isn't what it used to be. The old man's got to retire someday. Oh, you don't want to jump. You're more of a dressage type girl? I am. Hold on. Girl, you got to be fucking with me right now. Yeah, not appropriate for kids. You don't know what dressage is? How long have you been riding? This is your first time on a horse. I feel like I'm doing one of those POVs on TikTok, like that bitchy riding instructor. This is your first time on a horse. Oh, wow. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I think I've mistaken you for someone else. I knew there was a beginner lesson booked for today, but I wasn't expecting it to be someone with your last name. You know what? Forget I said anything earlier. Milo is the perfect horse for you. My name is Monica, by the way. I am a junior riding instructor here at Grünhof Heights. You know what? I can tell you're a junior instructor, Monica, because that is some unprofessional shit right there. And I'm not just saying that because I've had a real bad day today, and I'm just ready to take it out on someone who abuses their teaching position. I used to run a ballet studio, so I did teach for like over a decade. So I'm very touchy about teachers. Don't sweat. We'll start slow. Move your mouse to look around. Oh, he's so pretty. He's so pretty. Let's start out by walking around a bit. Hold down W. Oh, I like that. Good job. You can let go now. Milo will stay walking on his own. Here, horses here at Grünhof are well-trained European warmbloods and ponies. We are very proud of them. All right, fine. We only select high-quality horses that are self-going and don't need constant support to stay moving. All right, I'm feeling very attacked right now because all of this is going to come back to Jellybean. Jellybean is... Given the chance, he wants to stop no matter what. He's a good boy. He's an honest worker. But you tell him to do a trot, and if you don't keep pushing him, he will go back to a walk so fast. And it's even worse with the canter. We haven't been doing a lot of canter because he was so under-muscled that he had no balance whatsoever. So I've had him for 2 years, and we've been really working on his balance and getting his basics back together. And we started cantering consistently, gosh, maybe a few months ago. And then unfortunately I got sick for like a month straight, and now we're kind of working our way back up. But even then, even with consistent cantering, I could only canter him about a half of a 20-meter circle, so like a 10-meter semicircle. Partly because if he sees the full length, he will take off. He's done that in the past, and I currently can't afford to get a new air vest after I fell off on my birthday. And partly because he kind of just doesn't... This is going to sound weird because I just said he takes off, but he doesn't want to. Like, he doesn't want to canter. Again, given the chance, he will walk if he can. He's happy just plodding around despite his pedigree and all that sort of training and stuff. He's happy just being a horse, and that's fine. But also, he's a car crash mentally. He's so anxious that seeing an open space, there is a 50-50% chance that he's either going to behave beautifully and he'll be great, or he just panics and flies down the line. So, yeah. No, he did showing before I bought him. He was dead last, like, every comp he went to. I had stars in my eyes when I bought him, but it was worth it. Anyway, lazy horses are just not an ideal for a rider who aims to the top. Well, it's lucky I don't. Which you do, right? Aim to the top. Well, now let's practice how to slow down. Hold S to halt. I did it. Now that's how it's done. Walk again. I gotcha. I'm a-walking. You are holding 2 reins in your hands, left and right. I have to do that myself. I actually hold 2 reins in your hands. Oh, why don't you say? I hold 4 reins then because I ride him in a pelham. So I have to do the whole weird little finger thing to hold the 2 reins. Reins are attached to the metal bit in your horse's mouth unless you ride with a bitless, which I do not. Rein cues are used for many things in horseback riding, though I won't teach you all of them today. One thing you can do with reins is to tell your horse to turn, which I've casually been doing this entire time. Pull right, pull left. Not that bad, huh? No. When it comes to learning any sport, repetition is important to build your muscle memory. Follow my instructions again. Halt to stop. Boom. Walk. Turn left. Look at me knowing my left from my right. Smarty pants. You are getting the hang of this. We should probably finish for today. I have some errands to run. Give Milo a pat on the neck. He's a good boy. He was a good boy. Lesson completed. So we know how to walk, we know how to stop, we know how to turn left and right. But that's not the big hook on this game that has got people who do ride very excited. Advanced turning. Howdy again. Don't sweat up there. We'll keep things slow today as well. I'm going to teach you how to better control Milo when turning. Take a bit of a walk for me, please. And we shall. We shall. Yesterday I talked about how to turn Milo left and right with the reins. As you may have noticed, turning with the reins is a bit stiff, don't you think? Indeed it is. He does not bend at all. To make sharper turns, you need to use your lower leg alongside the rein. This is very true. One very important thing about leg A's is that they are always applied from the opposite side of where you want to turn. It's because horses are trained to move away from pressure applied to the sides. Sounds confusing to you? I get it. You're going to need some time to get used to it. Repetition is important, like I said. Let's begin. Start by pulling the right rein with D. And the left mouse button. Oh, now saying to the left. Okay, so this is really interesting because this is true, but I was actually taught to do it the other way. Use your right hand. Yep. So when I want to turn right, I actually put pressure on my inside leg so that the horse curves around it. Use your left hand rein with A. Yeah, sorry, because I'm talking and trying to remember directions now. That being said, I do I? I'm sure I do. I put pressure on both legs, but I put the outer leg back to get him to, the same way I would ask for a canter transition. I put the outer leg back and apply the pressure, and then put my inner leg just a little bit in, and that's how I turn him without using the reins, because I have to practice. Like, I want him to be reactive to my seat a bit more, because he's got that pelham in his mouth just because he is such a strong horse. He's 700 kilos of pure muscle. He's a big boy, so I need that extra insurance in case he does take off. I can pull the curb rein a little bit and get him to actually stop, which historically I could not. I don't know if any of you who watch happen to ride horses, and if you do, whether you've ridden a horse that locks their pole. Jellybean locks his pole, and so having that curb rein forces the pole to disengage and kind of do what I tell it to. So I can actually turn him, because those lessons they tell you when a horse takes off, turn them in a circle. They can't run at full speed in a circle. You can't turn him in a circle when he locks his pole. He just will not move his head. He won't react to the rein. And you basically just have to hang on and hope that you can stay on the whole time until he tires out or stops panicking, which is not ideal in all situations. So once I started using the pelham, that just gave that little bit of extra insurance that curb rein is always slack, unless he's being particularly particularly anxious that day. But when he's not being anxious, and when we're just doing our general lateral work, which is good for him, he needs for his balance, he needs to learn how to flex. Getting him to curve around the inner leg is really what it is, because if you want them to move away, because then if you're talking about doing like a lateral movement in dressage, like a diagonal down, you absolutely use the opposite leg to where you want to go, but then you don't engage with that opposite rein. So So if you want them to move diagonally in a straight line, you absolutely push them with the other leg and they move away from that pressure. But turning is a little bit more complicated, especially if you're doing it with absolutely no reins whatsoever, which is what I try to do whenever we're doing warm-up turns. We're in a walk, sometimes in a trot. I drop the reins to the buckle and I just get him to move with my hip shifting and just where my leg pressure is. And he's great at it. He's getting really good at it. So he's a very good boy. He's a good boy. I talk a lot during this because I'm autistic and horses are my passion. And, and so I like to talk about them a lot. Now, the fun thing about that is, if any of you know anything about the equestrian community online, it is essentially that song Gaslight, Gatekeep. That's pretty much the community. So I know that talking about this stuff publicly is most likely going to get me my first comment, and they're all going to be hate comments because everyone has a different way of riding and everyone's way is the right way. And I can understand why, because ultimately, except for a small fraction of riders, all of us are just trying to do the best for our horses. So we have made the decisions that we've made along the way because we feel that that is the best way to keep our horses happy, safe, and well. And so that can obviously bring a lot of passion with it because you want other horses to feel happy, safe, and well as well. And of course, your way is the right way. But that horse's rider has their own way and their way is their right way. And then they think that you're being a problem to your horse. And so there can be a lot of issues there. Everyone kind of wants to rise to the top and say, this is the way it needs to happen. Like, this is abuse. Actually, no, it isn't abuse. This is a great system. Actually, no, it's not a good system. It's very much like navigating parenting for the first time. And I can say that because I have toddlers. And thankfully I worked with kids beforehand. So I was already pretty comfortable going into being a mother. But it's exactly the same. You go onto those mum forums and you see, I fed my kids grapes from, 2 years old. Oh, I would never feed my kids grapes at 2 years old. That's way too young. I didn't feed them until they were 4 years old and I had them cut up into quarters. And then other people are going, you're absolutely insane. That's too much. And they're going, no, you're insane because you're just giving them grapes. And then there's a third person that comes in and goes, grapes are actually toxic. None of you should be having grapes. And like all sorts of, someone jumps in and they go, vaccinations cause autism, which, believe me, I was born with this, honey. The vaccinations didn't change much, except I didn't die of tuberculosis when I was like 2, which I could have. So it's a really concerning community. So even just talking about, like, I ride and appel him, that's enough for people to throw off. If you can't ride your horse in a snaffle, they're not trained enough to ride. Yeah, I know. I'll fully admit my horse is not trained well enough to ride yet because he can't be ridden in a snaffle. And look, there are some horses that will never be able to be ridden in a snaffle through no fault of their own. Some horses need that extra security. Some horses don't need that extra security. Some horses do better in a hackamore. Some horses do better with a snaffle. There's a million ways to skin a cat. On the other hand, there are boundaries. We don't like the tom thumb bits anymore. Like, yes, if you put them in the right hands, but it's very rare to find the right hands. Everyone thinks they have the right hands. Certain spurs that draw blood, those are obviously not okay. The big lick, hobbling, all these sorts of things, roll cur, all of these things should be a universal. That's not okay. But it is so subjective, unfortunately. And people are very not willing to admit that it's subjective. They go, no, it's not subjective, it's fact, and my fact is correct. And it's like, well, no, because roll cur is roll cur until someone looks at it and says, no, that's an Olympian, that's not roll cur. It's absolutely ridiculous that people think this is roll cur. It's like, no, the horse's chin is to its chest, it's roll cur. No, it's not roll cur because it's in an experienced person's hands. That's just the horse. There's going to be fights about everything. There's fights about whether you put a rug on a horse or whether you don't put a rug on a horse. There's fights about what kind of saddles we should be using. There's fights about breeding. There's fights about everything in this community. And the funniest thing is, a lot of us, me very much especially included, got into this because we like horses more than people. And in that endeavor, we have become shittier people to each other. Like, I love my horse. I am working incredibly hard this year to get this house ready to sell so our family can move to an acreage so my horse can live with me on property. Because right now, the thing that's holding me back is going to my barn. And I'm at a good barn. People are nice, but there's still people in that, because it's a massive show barn. So anytime I come, there's like, I don't show, but there's like 6-7 people in the arena. They're all jumping 1.4, just insane things. People who have been doing high level dressage for decades, coming and practicing like their piafs and their, pirouettes and all sorts of stuff. And then it's just me and my derpy boy just being like, we're trying to trot. Doesn't work for us. But it's just the fact that if you go, there's just an energy, even in a good barn. There's an energy. So I just want to isolate my family and my horse and all my animals and just be able to live the purest sense of horses are better than people. I just want everyone other than the people that I love to just kind of fuck off very quietly. It's just me and my horse doing our own thing. And I don't have to worry when I mount that someone's going to come over and be like, you're holding the reins wrong. Or you shouldn't be wearing polo wraps without padding. Like, anyway, so that's my rant on horses. Tune in next week and we'll do part 2, jumping versus dressage. I don't subscribe to either. All right, let's go. So we're doing W. All right, so we are turning right, which means we want to press the left button. I can understand, after going on that massively long rant about it, I can understand from a game mechanics perspective why it's easier to explain it like this. It's very close to the truth, but it's so hard to translate that, oh, you need to have pressure on both legs, and you're actually encouraging them to wrap around the other leg that doesn't put as much pressure on, and just, it's just I get it. I get it. It's a very good mechanic, and I think that's why a lot of other equestrians get so excited playing through this game or hearing about this game. When I heard about it, I was so excited because it was realistic, but still playable. You got them all, now try a harder one. Bet. I'm going to do it at a trot because I can't. I was going to say, I'm a cocky bitch and I could do it. Alright. Got to concentrate now. After all that jib-jabbing, I can't remember which controls to use if I'm talking at the same time. There we go. Love a good walk. I am going out to see Jellybean tomorrow. I am very excited. It's been a tough couple of months this year on it because I've had to pick up work so much to be able to work towards this goal of having him in our own space so I can actually ride him more than like twice a week, because it is a bit of a drive out, and at any given time there could be like 5 or 6 other people using the arena. And as I may have mentioned, my horse is a basket case. And let's just say the last time someone was practicing jumping in the arena the same time I was trying to mount, he almost... he embarrassed me in front of the other riders. Let's just put it that way. Their horses were fine. He was not. And you know what? That's okay, because horses are like people. They're not going to be the same. And I have anxiety. I have autism, I have all these sorts of issues. It would be so ridiculous of me to be like, no, he needs to be perfect. He's embarrassing me. Like, you can't help it. He was born to be a horse. He's going to be a horse. Like, that's just how it is. So remember that slowing down your horse will always help it turn sharper. Use that if nothing else helps. Yeah, of course. But now we should try out a bit of a trot. Excellent. That is to say, I know my horse is being a horse. But yeah, I know it's faster than walk. It's like jogging for humans. To make your horse trot, you can do a quick tap with both of your legs at the same time. Oh, that is, yes, I forgot about that. That's exciting. Rather than just continuing to press W. Not yet, lady. You control the speed of the trot in the same way you did when walking. Yep. Hold down W to trot faster. Give me a forward trot, an extended trot, darling. Don't forget to use both reins and leg for turning. The faster the gait, the more you'll need of both. To drop Milo back to walk, just halt him until he slows down. Where are the half halts? I'm sure they'll come up. That's it for today. So while I do say, oh, that's horses being horses, I am training him. Thank you very much. I've started on the TRT method, but anyone who's aware of it knows that it costs like $500. And I know it's lifetime access, but that's a lot of money. And I'm horse poor because any money I spend is on my kids or on my animals. So $500 for a training course is a bit much right now. So I am trying, but we're getting there. And look, he has come leaps and bounds since I originally got him. He was such a nervous boy, just such a nervous boy. And he has come, so I'm so proud of him. He has come such a long way. And it's a process, you know, he's 12. I've got a lifetime with him to figure it out. There's no particular rush. I know that people say, you know, you don't want them to be dangerous, so you can't sell them, all that sort of stuff. I'm not planning on selling him. Unless something goes very, very wrong in my life, he's got a home here. That's just how it is. I see horses the same way I see cats and dogs. You know, once you have them, they're part of the family. You don't just trade them. It's not to say that I don't get it, but it's just my personal stance. I can't. I'm too much of a soft soul. So he's got time. We'll figure it out. You know, we can all chill the beans before anyone starts frothing up. Like, we can all relax. I have a team of professionals. I know what I'm doing. I also want what's best for my horse. And I consult with a lot of people to make sure that I'm not fucking him up. Because I don't want to do that. And so far, it's been nothing but improvements. So, we're all good. We're having a good time. It's fine. Let's see what the next lesson is. I think that's when we learn canter, which is exciting. This is going to take forever if I keep gabbing. Yeah, let's do gaits. Ooh. I see you are back with Milo. Today I'm going to teach you how to better control Milo at different gaits. For warm-up, I'm going to make you do some walk to trot transitions. Press W to walk. Also, if anyone happens to be watching my stream right now, and you're leaving comments in like a rage of the things I'm saying, I'm not ignoring you. I literally can't see your chat because I'm very new at this and I'm very bad at it. So I will see it retrospectively and feel sad, I'm sure. Do you still remember how to trot? Indeed I do. Good posting trot or rising trot. Built you some warm-up exercises. I personally used to love rising trot, and then I got my Frisian and I learned how to do a sit trot properly, and now that is my absolute favorite. I have never felt more secure in the saddle. Absolutely incredible. He's got such a big trot, and that is amazing. These exercises, you need to cross each checkpoint in the marked gait. Cross the white checkpoints in walk and the green ones in trot. Remember, you need to perform the gait change in between the checkpoints. Got it? Let's begin. I can do that. Walking. Do a mid-walk. Why not? Okay. Go walk. Go trot. Go walk. This is very similar to an exercise I do with Jellybean, actually. When we're warming up to get that hind end engaged. Another one. This one is a similar exercise, but on a circle. Got it. Start at the first arrow and walk and complete the exercise. I'm going to trot up to it because it takes forever to get there. And I fail miserably because when I get there, I can't slow down fast enough. That's likely. Think I can't do a transition and turn at the same time? I've been riding for a depressing amount of years. Not depressing because I don't love riding, just because I feel old. God, how long have I been riding for? I started when I was 5 and I'm 31 now. Oh, don't make me do math. It's Wednesday. Milo is starting to look warmed up. I think it's about time for you to canter for the first time. Hit me. Canter is the fastest gait a horse can go. Not true. Canter is also the most versatile out of all the gaits in terms of stride length and speed. True. The 3 canter stages are short canter, working canter, and long canter. Very fast canter can also be called gallop. Yes, gallop is technically the 4th gait. The 3 canter stages are especially important when jumping. You can ask Milo to canter now by tapping both legs. You need to be trotting at first, of course. Not true. I've done halt to canter transitions, and I've done walk to canter transitions as well. Where's the curve? All right, it needs to be in a working canter. How does it feel? Like sitting in a rocking chair? If you're doing it right, yes, and it's beautiful. It's essential to remember that both rein and leg when cantering. You don't want to bump into the walls. Do this next exercise in canter. I got to say, the first time I cantered on Jellybean after I bought him, like my first canter on my horse for the first time ever, oh my God, I love that moment. I was stimming so hard. You know, I do little squeals and I do little hand gestures. I couldn't do the hand gestures because obviously I was holding the reins. But I just remember going and giving him his neck pats. He was such a good boy. And then the next ride he threw me and I ended up in hospital. But that is another story. It built trust in us, I gotta say. Like, when he threw me, I ended up in hospital. They thought I had broken some stuff, but thankfully I hadn't. I had just done some serious ligament damage to my fingers. They were black, which happened again this time when I fell. And I was wearing my air vest and my helmet. I had a pretty serious concussion because he bucked me off in a bolt, and I landed pretty close to head first in the sand. Got an infection in my knees because they forgot to wash them out, but that's like neither here nor there. Really bad. Let's practice switching between the different canter gaits. Okay. Start in working canter. Hold down W for a long canter. There we go. Oh, beautiful. We like to call it an extended canter. Now slow all the way down to a short canter. Beautiful. Long canter again. Beautiful. Back to short canter. Ah! You've made Milo the old man even sweat a little bit. Better to cool him down by walking before we finish. Alright, down to a walk, lad. I already have. One more thing. Now that you've learned the basics of riding, you're allowed to practice freely in the arena whenever you want. Remember, the only way to become a great rider is to practice frequently. You should keep practicing the things I've taught you when you're on your own as well. Shit, I'm about to be late. Gotta finish this lesson now. Good boy, Milo. He is such a good boy. The beginner horses are the schoolmasters, and they are not to be underestimated, because those horses are schoolmasters because they teach you as well. They can be very patient, and they know when to take care of you, and they know when to push back to teach you what you need to know. And so one of the silver linings that I like to think of with Jellybean is, yes, he has taken off on me a few times. He can be a bit unpredictable, but it's taught me 3 things so far in the 2 years we've been together. 1, not to be afraid of falling. He's 17 hands high. That's a very big horse, and I was terrified of falling. I've had 2 serious falls before I got him. And both of them changed the trajectory of my riding for a long time. I was very scared to get back in the saddle. I fell off Jelly Bean the first time, ended up in hospital, and that was scary. You know, I did have someone holding a lunge line when I got back on him the first few times. It took a while, a lot of work in the round yard, a lot of work just doing walks, just basically walking him and maybe doing like 3 or 4 paces of trot and then getting off, calling it a day. Maybe he's taught me 4 things. That was the first time. The second time I fell, which was on my birthday, I would have gotten immediately straight back on. But the barn owner was there and she actually said, give it 15 minutes, wait for the adrenaline to wear off. And if you're still feeling okay, hop back on. I waited the 15 minutes, filled out an instant report, hopped straight back on, did canter work with him, and it was fine. I've been attempting to go out regularly to ride him since then, but it's cold season, which is not ideal, so I've been getting sick. So he's taught me not to be necessarily scared of falling. Sometimes you'll be fine. Other times it's all right to be scared. He's taught me not to judge myself on how long it takes me to get back in the saddle after a fall. You know, everyone's going to compare, like, you need to get right back in the saddle. I fell off and I broke 2 parts of my spine, and I didn't realize because I got straight back on and I kept putting him over the jumps because he needed to build his confidence. And then afterwards I went to the hospital and it turns out it was really bad. Sure, great for some people, but that doesn't have to be the standard. And I'm not going to judge myself for taking it at my pace. And that's one of the good things at that barn. There are plenty of women there, and I love them, who will look at me when I first had my fall, who looked at me and went, I don't get on them if they're being funny that day. Like, if the conditions aren't right, I'm not getting on. And that changed a whole lot for me. A big perspective shift happened there. Because, you know, there's that mentality, get back on the horse. You don't want to be a wimp. You don't want to be a wuss. You don't want to be a complainy pants. Get back on the horse. Just suck it up and do it. And kind of hit a point where I was like, no, not doing that anymore. And there's a bunch of people who do that too. So 2 things there. He's taught me to sit very deep. He's taught me to be very aware of how I'm sitting. I'm quite anxious a lot of the time. He can tell that, and that's another thing. He's taught me that I have to kind of stay calm in situations, because one of us needs to have their wits about them, and it's going to have to be me. It's going to be me. So I've learnt to sit very deep in the saddle, and that honestly saved me from some broken bones once or twice when he took off on particularly narrow laneways back when we were still trying to do trail riding. He's just not there yet, confidence-wise. There was no option to bail, or I would have gone straight into barbed fencing or electric fencing. Absolutely would not have happened. And so in that moment of panic, to have the clarity to say, sit back, put your heels down, and just ride it through. He will calm down. A massive, massive lesson from him on that one. So not being afraid to fall, not judging myself for how long it takes me to get back on or not. Learning to sit deep. Those are definitely 3. He's taught me so much, that horse. So many beneficial things have come from him, despite all the bad. Like, yes, he has downsides. He's fallible. He's an animal. He's a horse. And I am also fallible. I am a human. But ultimately, so much good has also come out of that for both of us. So, anyway, I do go on. Let's do first time jumping. I haven't played this one, so we've got to do first time jumping, getting to know spot, cavaletti and verticals, hot-blooded jumping, riding a young horse, and dressage basics. I like that they put dressage at the end because that will be more complicated. Excellent. Now we can watch me fail together because I haven't played this yet, so I haven't practiced. What's up today? You look a little pale in the face. Oh, nervous about jumping? You're so cute. Well, Milo has 19 years of jumping experience. You should be a sack of potatoes on there. You could be a sack of potatoes on there. He'll take care of you. Funny boy. Take a few rounds of trot for me, please. Boom. Trotting. You can freely trot around the riding arena while I explain how jumping works. Remember to do a lot of turning and bending with both rein and legs to warm up those thick grandpa muscles. Lay off my friend Milo. So how do you jump? Contrary to what a lot of non-equestrians thinks, you cannot just ask your horse to randomly jump wherever. This is true. In order to jump, your horse needs to know and see that there's a fence in front of it, and horses are actually blind at a certain point, so it can get a bit, Jesus, take the wheel, by the end there. It's an animal, you know, not a damn Tesla with an automatic gearbox. Preach. People forget that sometimes. Sigh. A horse cannot be forced to do anything it doesn't want. Kind of true. So you cannot aimlessly jump over like a pile of rocks or something either. Horses are not airheads. They know what things are not safe to jump over, unless you have a hunting horse. Also, when jumping, having the correct gait is important. Most of the time, you can use canter to jump. A faster paced trot can work on tiny fences, maybe, but I mostly recommend canter. You're asking me if I'd let you jump from walk today? Grow a pair of ovaries, woman. That better be a joke. We don't tolerate pussies here at Grünhof. Okay, toxic, but also sounds very similar to something that my trainer would say, but she is German. So, like, anything goes when you have a German instructor. I'm just teasing you. You need to relax a little, seriously. Yeah, that's not what my instructor says when she says something. She'll say something out of pocket. She'll just be like, your thumbs are not closed. I will hit you with the whip if you keep doing this. And if I say my thumbs were closed, she'll go, you talk back too much. Just say yes. It's like going back to ballet all over again. Milo agrees. Jumping from the walk is just inconvenient and more dangerous. In fact, that can be true. Let's canter a bit, shall we? Working canter. Here we go. I'm going to make you an exercise to do in canter. No jumps yet, though. Remember to shorten or lengthen canter according to the instructions. Ride carefully. If you fail even one of the checkpoints, I'll make you do it all again. That sounds like something my instructor would do, yeah. Complete the exercise. Oh my god. Okay, no, I'm not going to do well on this one. Trot. Canter. Here we go. Okay, we're doing a long canter now. Ah, too much, too much, too much, too much. Ugh. I think I got like a hairline correct there, but I might have missed it completely. The reason I make you do that is because controlling the canter length is an essential part of show jumping. It's because the faster your horse canters, the higher it will jump. This, of course, in relation to the horse's scope. True. Jumping from the same canter speed with Milo will result in a much smaller jump than with Rose, who is a young mare. You need to get to know each horse individually to adjust your riding to each horse. Preach. Alright, ready to try a fence for the first time? No? I'm going to build you a massive fence. Please be a cavaletti. Yep. Yep. That sounds about right. Spacebar or left control to jump. Oh god, there's more buttons. 1, 2. I'm going to do a working canter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, jump. Nice. That was some Olympic tier show jumping right there. I just wish I could hear that in real life. Let's do a few more cavalettis. It's like the only jump I do in real life. I do trot poles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and pace. Very nice. 1, 2, 3, and pace. 1, 2, 3, and pace. 3, and pace. Pace. Enough for today. I'm proud of you. Maybe next time you'll be a bit more chill about this. There's another horse I want you to try out soon. His name is Spot. He's younger and bigger than Milo, but still very beginner friendly. You'd like him a lot. Actually, I think you should ride your next lesson with Spot. When jumping, it's best that you still stick to Milo, though. Spot can be a little energetic sometimes. Okay, that sounds like jelly bean talk. You can practice jumping on your free time as well. There are glowing signs at both ends of the riding hall. You can build a jumping course there. Oh, okay. That was a cow stop right there. All right. Well, there's Spot. Oh, he's such a big boy. He's such a big boy. Hello. This Spot horse looks friendly. He's so shiny. Gelding. The heck is that? Do you want to know? Why do they have to be so fucking big? You know what? I like the bigger ones better. Honestly, like, they're usually chiller than ponies. You know the saying, tell a gelding, discuss with a stallion, ask a mare, pray for a pony. Getting to know Spot. Good morning. Gotten over yesterday's scary jump lesson yet? Oh, he's got green. I see you have met Spot. How does it feel up there? He's a bit bigger than Milo. Nothing to worry about. Spot is an all-around well-behaved horse. We won't be jumping today. It's best that you get to know Spot through flat work first. I've made a walk-trot exercise for you. We should start with that. When you ask Spot to go forward or turn, you're going to notice that he's a bit more reactive than Milo. Ooh, I love this. I haven't gotten this far. Remember, you need to do the gait changes in between the marked checkpoints. If you do the gate change at the checkpoint, it's too late. Okay. 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 Not me being, like, real-world anxious because of the PTSD hearing. He's a bit more reactive to the to the aids. Like, okay, let's get the ambulance on the phone. That's fine. Oh, that's nice. He's got a different pace. I like that. I like that. He's bigger. His shadow carries more. Like he's doing a bit more of a frame. I like that. Oh God, why would you do this to me? Very nice, very nice. Alright, then we need to do a big loopy-loopy. Oh my God, a game I'm actually good at because I play it in life. She says right before she flubs it, guaranteed. Watch how good I am. Oh, did that feel any different? Are you liking him so far? I'm liking the bouncy trot. I'm interested to see what his canter is like. I want you to try out his canter. He has a nice, smooth canter stride. Show me. Spot's canter is more controllable than Milo's too. Oh, he's been dressage trained. He can go much faster and lengthen his strides further. Poor Milo barely even gallops nowadays. Ah, why is... Oh, okay, thank God. Okay, I thought I broke it. We're doing a nice short canter. Oh, that does look smoother. And more forward as well. They've really thought the... Like, uphill as well. They've really thought the animation out. That's nice. Ah! I missed it. I missed it. I flubbed it. flubbed it. This is where my instructor would be like, make it again. There we go. I'm gonna have to do that one again. He's a big boy, alright? Now, I'm just bad at this because I keep forgetting which one's the opposite mouse. Am I going to get in trouble? That round was a bit harder than usual. Yeah, they knew. That's true. Here at Grunhof Heights, we ensure that our riders' time doesn't go to waste. Your family didn't pay you to slouch around here. Didn't pay me. That would be nice. You're progressing fast, though. I'm serious, girl. You're much more talented than you think. Stop thinking about your family. Your focus needs to be on Spot right now. Then why did you bring them up? As I was saying earlier, Spot is a more active horse than Milo, which is a good thing, essentially. We want our horses to be self-going rather than lazy. But with a reactive horse like Spot, you also need to know how to pull the brake if needed. Sometimes you do get into situations like that. Wait till you try jumping him. Thank you. This is just what I was saying about Jellybean. It's just something they do. That's why he can't do anything above trot poles at the moment. By pulling both reins at the same time for a short moment, you can instantly stop any horse, no matter the gait. Let's practice that a few times. Okay. Start in trot. Nice. Okay. That's good. Now short canter. Nice. That's how you do it. Let's try once more from the fastest gallop you can ride. If that doesn't take you over the horse's head, A over T, then you're a better rider than me. Nice. When you stop from such a high speed, your horse kind of slides on the ground. Inside the arena, it's safe, though. We use excellent footing material here. That's the dream. Somewhere else, it could be dangerous, though. Well, it's going to take a while until I let you leave this riding arena. Thank you. We should finish. You've done a great job with Spot today. You can ride him freely now as well, but be careful, okay? You need to take things slow with him. Yes, miss. Lesson complete. All right. Looks like we're going to be doing Cavalettis next. I'm determined to get through this demo because it is Demo Wednesday. We've got Cavalettis and verticals. Excellent. That'll probably mean a Cavaletti for a pace and then the vertical. So like you learn the footing. Time to continue your jump training. Oh, that was quick. Don't even buy me dinner or anything. I'm going to show you a few different types of jumps. Like I've said a million times before, Milo isn't scared of any jumps. Some other horses can be. They need extra encouragement sometimes. But Milo doesn't. He's seen everything. That's one reason why he's such a good beginner horse. The first obstacle type that you're going to jump today is a Cavaletti. You're already familiar with them. We jumped the Cavalettis last time. Cavaletti is very simply a very small jump. So small that you usually don't need to canter. You can jump these two Cavalettis from trot or canter, however you like. If you do trot, make sure that Milo is trotting at a decent pace. Bet. I will canter because it's more fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot to turn him in real life. That was close. I almost got him on the wing. Do these next ones all in trot. Okay. We'll do a decent trot pace. I like that he puts his head up with his ears forward before a jump. That's very realistic. That, on the other hand, was a dog water. Why would you do that to the poor horse? Pace. Oh my god, this is getting stressful. Okay, trot, 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 short canter. Okay. I keep forgetting which finger's opposite. I'm trying. Oh, this is like a little combination. Ooh, fancy, fancy. One more. Oh. 1, 2, pace. Oh, what? I'm gonna need to go around. Never mind. I'm sorry, Milo. Yeah, enough of cavalettis. They're so tight. It's actually easier to control a real horse for this. Cavalettis are great for practicing tight turns between jumps. No, they're not. I'm just not good at them. Next obstacle you're going to try out is called a vertical jump. Vertical is the most basic type of obstacle you can think of. That is true. Smaller verticals have 2 or 3 poles. The bigger ones can even have 4. Knocking down the highest pole of a vertical jump counts as a fault. That is true. If you somehow knock down the lower poles only, that wouldn't be a fault. Only the highest pole matters. I don't think I've seen that in competition, but it could happen. Let's do a couple of small verticals. Okay. Trot. Trot. Pace. Loving this. This is giving some real Pippa funnel work style, and I love it. Aww, I'm proud of you. You seemed much calmer this time. For the next round, I'm going to add a couple of plank jumps as well. Those are those ones up the top. Planks are a bit lighter than round poles. You want to be more careful when jumping those. Other than that, the same rules apply. Knocking down the highest plank counts as a fault. Yeah, the same stuff. Okay. It's the transitions that are difficult for me. Ooh, a wave playing. Fancy, fancy. More. Oh, God. I think we better finish for today. Milo is looking really exhausted. Me too. Gotta tell you, I'm sweating and I'm not even actually riding a horse. I've thought about things. It would be best that you ride your next jumping lesson with Spot. You need to get used to riding different kinds of horses. The sooner the better. Spot is a bit hot-blooded when jumping, but still safe. I will teach you how to keep him cool if needed. In the meantime, you should continue practicing cavalettis and small verticals with Milo before your next lesson. I like the idea, and I'm hoping that just because it's a demo, it's just like I can just do lesson after lesson after lesson. I am hoping that real game, there's an actual like day cycle, so you have a lesson like once a week, and in that time you have like objectives you might need to hit, and you need to practice and all sorts of stuff like that. I think that might really flesh out the storyline and make it a bit more immersive. But look, that's just my opinion. Other people might think like, this is perfect, I just want to do lessons and then I want to do competitions, but I think that would get real stale real fast. We are doing hot-blooded jumping. We are almost done with this demo, but so far it's been awesome. If nothing else, it has really stimulated me to talk about my own horse and about riding theory. And I think, honestly, if a horse game can get you to do that without it being because you're like, it's not even real, that's not what horse riding is like, there's not even this, then, like, they've done a good job. Because that's what we want. As horse girls, I'm pretty certain most of the games we want are, like, realistic. Cool to see you riding Spot again. We are going to have so much fun today. Your first real jumping lesson. Oh, good. I do love riding on Spot. He just has a different, like, cycle of movement, and you can tell. Spot is a talented show jumper. He really enjoys jumping, and he gets excited when doing it. Horses like Spot are also called hot-blooded horses. These kinds of horses bolt towards an obstacle whenever they see one. Jellybean does that with trot poles. It takes a lot of, like, that's why I wear the curb. Because even with trot poles, he gets really excited and he starts speeding up. And I'm like, no, these are here to practice pacing and getting you to pick your knees up properly, you lazy dickhead. But no, he gets so excited about them. So it's really difficult to practice pace on him. It's a real challenge for us. Spot is on the milder side of the spectrum. He has just the right amount of spiciness, but is still easily controllable. Take a bit of a short canter around the arena. On it. Learning to ride Spot is going to be your first step towards becoming a real competitive rider. Majority of jumper horses are on the spicier side, that's why I don't do jumping. This is in many ways ideal, especially when the obstacles start getting bigger. For example, the agility and swiftness of a hot-blooded horse makes it capable of doing quick turns without losing jump height. A calm horse doesn't have that advantage. Calm horses take a long time to speed back up after a turn. Hot-blooded horses have their challenges, of course. They are not the most relaxing ride. Amen, sister. With this kind of horse, you have to stay aware of your surroundings at all times. Yes. A spicy horse will react to nearby jumps, whether you meant to jump it or not. Understandably, this can quickly turn into chaos. Yes. Enough talking. Let's get to business. I'm going to build one small oxer. It's no need to worry about the speed yet. Just let Spot do his thing. An oxer? Oh, okay. 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 Let's do a trot. And a working canter. Approach the jump in a working canter. After that, you can let Spot take the speeds he wants. Oh, wow. He did speed up. Okay. Wasn't that so much fun? Sure. Sure. Let's do a few more. Keep the same energy with these ones. Wow, he really went into a fast one there. Okay. Yeah. We want a nice... So, half halts. We're going to have to do half halts. That's what this is. Oh, I forgot to press the... Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Sorry, this is so awkward. Can I restart? No, calm down. Okay, so now I've got to work on keeping his pace, and I've got to also do chill. Oh my god! I love it so much, but also pandemonium. Calm down. I'm loving the head tossing. That is so accurate. Oh, I knocked it. You need to be more careful next time. I know. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh. Calm down. Calm down. God, it sounds like a riding session with Jellybean right now. I'm loving this. It's like having my horse away from horse. Oh my god, I can change my perspective? Are you joking? Yes. No. Yeah, I know. I need to do the exercise again. I know. I didn't realize I could change my perspective. That's a kind of a game changer for me. Alright, let's do our working canter. Okay, there's a few things we need to focus on. The eternal struggle, frankly. Getting a horse to settle the fuck down. Because you need to feel confident too. Like, yeah, let Spot do his thing, sure. But, like, also, I don't want to get displaced. Okay, I need to do this last jump. There we go. Oh, I love that I can do it in first person. I'm loving this. Okay, you need to stop. I don't want... Calm the flip down. Oh, now I've got to... Oh, I did it, I did it. I think it's best we try this exercise again another time. Okay, alright, Burn. I'm going to teach you a handy technique for keeping an excited horse under control. I am loving the first person. Oh my god, I didn't realize how much I'd love it until I did it. This technique is called half-halting. Yes! Yes! Considering that you didn't know what dressage was, I assume you haven't heard of it before. I have, actually, but my character hasn't. A half-halt is a very quick application of the restraining aids. Doing repeated half-halts does not slow down your horse, but will keep focus. The chart in the bottom right corner tells you when you're doing a half-halt versus a full halt. Half-halt shows up in pink and a full halt in white. If you want to keep a hot-blooded horse from bolting towards a jump, you need to do repeated half-halts at the fast tempo. Let's practice this with Spot next. Do your best to keep Spot in a working canter when jumping the next vertical. I've already been practicing this, actually, because I have a bit of experience, so I knew. Don't. Keep the same feeling for these next ones. It's like I get to carry you on my helmet when I go for a ride, because this is straight up what it is. It's even though it's a computer horse, and I'm still telling it off like I would Jelly Bean. I love it. I love it so much. This just has turned a corner for me. This moment was the moment where I was like, I connect it. I get it. This is one of the things I'm spending money on when I have money to spend, because this is awesome. Working can. No! Calm down, you dickhead. No, stop. Ah! Stop. Stop. Stop it. Ah! That's my fault, that's my fault. Sorry, sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. What have I done? What have I missed? What have I missed? Ah! 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 No, we're not jumping that again, so calm the hell down. Jumping this one again. Alright. My fault, my fault, my fault, my fault. Jump! Stay in the work, stay in the work. Ugh. That one was frustrating. Yeah! I get it. We won't be doing any more halting exercises today, but it is very important that you practice this on your own with Spot. This 100% I would be practicing every day. One day you'll hop on a real spicy beast much hotter than Spot, and one day you'll thank me. On that day you'll thank me. Yep, I have gotten real good at half halts. The problem is that he needs lots of half halts, but also he's very reactive. So the gentlest half halt, he's like, I get to stop now, and I'm like, no, I just need you to not be a dickhead. We're not finishing yet. Hell nah. You can walk a bit if you want, but there are more things you need to know about Spot. Okay. Spot is a sensitive horse. There are certain types of jumps that he can be a bit iffy about. Tell me what you should do in a situation when your horse is spooky about an obstacle. Get off, show it to them. You have no idea? Well, first you need to make sure that you are cantering at a good tempo towards the obstacle. Your horse won't bolt towards a jump that it's nervous about. On top of that, you need to encourage the horse by using legs when you can. Different horses have different fears. I'm going to build a small jump with crates for you to try out. Those make Spot especially nervous for some reason. Okay. Okay, I must be a bit of a wussy bitch, because when my horse is anxious, I get off and I show it to them and I'm like, it's fine. When Jellybean was scared of a corner in the arena, a lot of this stream is going to be just me just being like, do you want to see his baby pictures? He's so cute, because I just love him. He was scared of a corner of the arena, and to stop him from spooking there constantly, what I would do is I would go out. We did it in the winter when not a lot of people were coming out to ride routinely. And I would tack him up. I would tie his reins in his throat lash so that it wouldn't fall off and trip him. And then he follows me like a lamb. And so he would follow me around the entire edge of the arena. You're not feeding the dogs, are you? He would follow me around the entire edge of the arena, and I would be carrying my dressage whip, and I would just be hitting the bushes and the leaves while I did, and being real obnoxious. One of my favorite songs to sing was the stick song from TikTok, if you know it. You know, found a stick on the ground, and now I'm gonna use it. All this power that I found, gonna totally abuse it. Now get out of my way, because I'm using it today. I've got a stick, so get out of my way. I would do that constantly. I would pick up sticks when I would walk him up and down the trails to get him used to other horses, and I would just fucking do shit with them to try and get him used to it. And he's just a funny thing, because on the ground, he's a bit different to when you're in the saddle. So, but he got used to it. He's not scared of the corner of that arena now. He's not scared of the mirrors, because every single ride, I would take him around the arena, and I would hit those bushes with my whip, and I would stand there, and I would let him graze around the bits that made him anxious. And he's better with that. So that's one thing that we've worked well on at the moment, which I'm very happy about. Okay, we want a working canter. Excellent. Come on. Oh, both mouse buttons. Keep both mouse buttons down while jumping over the crates. Okay, sorry. Okay. Well, that's right, because I have to use leg, don't I? Oh my god, this requires so much coordination now. Okay. We're going towards the crates. And I need you to jump. There we go. Both legs. There we go. Good boy. Nice job. One more jumping course for today. This course is a mix of slightly bigger obstacles and smaller obstacles with crates. No need to worry about the speed. Just let Spot do his thing. Says you. Okay. 2. Okay. Can you calm down? Yep. Knock that over. I know you say don't worry about the speed, but I do. Ah! Okay. I fucked it up. I fucked it up so bad. Okay. I'm gonna fix this. Did he just do like a fucking crow hop? Oh. Yeah, I know he's nervous around this obstacle. I know. This one's really fucking tricky. Okay. So I need to make sure the jump is aligned, because I need to focus on giving him the leg while we do it. There we go. He's good with this one. This one we're fine with. Okay, he doesn't like the crate, so we're gonna have to line up. Ah! I didn't sync the clickers properly. God damn it. Both mouse. Okay, this is something I would be practicing. I would be failing multiple times in a real campaign. Like, I'd have to practice so much. There we go. Oh, now we've got to do that one, seriously. I'm trying, madam. What am I meant to be doing with that frickin' witch's hat? Slow down. I pressed them! Oh my god. Okay. Oh, it's about as frustrated as I get when I'm riding. That's great. This is why I don't jump. This is why I do not jump. Among other reasons. Alright. Calm down. Okay, I'm gonna get this one in one. He's gonna jump it. And I am going to give the legs. There we go. Nice. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would be getting off spot crying in that lesson. I'm not going to lie. I just feel so insecure. Alright. Riding a young horse. Is this Rose? Is this Rose, the young horse? What's up on this beautiful morning? It's gotta be because she's wearing rose colored. Oh, come on. Don't be so grumpy. 6 a.m. is the best time to exercise. You and Rose have more in common than you think. Take a bit of a trot with Rose while I opened my iced latte. Sounds about right. About Rose, by the way. She's youngest of our stable horses at the moment. Only 5 years old. Like I said before with Spot, it's good for your progress to try out different horses. Take a bit of a short canter around the arena. Rose might be a bit above your skill level at the moment, but eventually you will get there. She reacts very fast to any rider cue. Forward, hold, legs, and she's super flexible as well. Tight turns with her are like heaven. If this lesson goes well, I'll let you practice on her occasionally on your own, if you promise to take things slowly. Let's do an 8-figure in working canter next. I can do that, in real life at least. Ride the figure 8 path twice. I can do that. I gotta say, I do miss cantering. Like I said, I don't do a lot of canter work with Jellybean because we're really working our way back to it. But it is one of the best paces. And also, like with anything that's good, one of the least used paces, generally, unless you're, you know, actually doing stuff. If you're competing for jumping across country, canter is the pace. At a certain point in dressage, canter is the pace. But flat work-wise, you're usually working in walk and trot. It's seriously so sunny and pretty outside. It is. What did I press to get that first-person view? I don't know what it was. I think we should move to the grass paddock. I built some fences there yesterday. I panicked and I pressed a random button and then I got first person view and I really wanted to get... Oh, was it C? Excellent. Okay. We have a local show jumping competition here soon, so I wanted to practice outside. Follow me. On horseback? Oh, yeah. I want to see you gallop around. Oh, go as fast as you can. This is why I don't ride outside of the arena. Okay. The anxiety is in the red zone, frankly. Ah! I thought she would have to jump it. I wasn't ready. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is like, oh my god, I would love to do a cross-country course out here. Yes. The head shaking. The head shaking. Rose might be small, but she can run real fast. Tell me about it. Rose also loves jumping, and I want you to try that next. She takes very high jumps, just be aware. Okay. Oh, into the water. Very nice. Okay, look. No. No, calm the fuck down. Oh my god, the anxiety. The anxiety is peak. Fuck. Yep, that's fair. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I've got to loop around anyway because I messed up that refusal. Oh, I'm going to have to turn real tight there. Okay, I can do that. This is just your horse, but POV, your horse is bolting and you're just trying to stay on during the jump course. Okay, let me loop around again. I fucked that up. No! This one, this one, this one. Oh my god, I keep... Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting which is opposite fingers. I'm getting too distracted. And then she's running fast. Yeah, I know I need more practice. Why would you put me on the one that tears around the course? This is your fault more than mine. Okay, we're turning this way. Very good. Okay. You can be as pissed off as you want, lady. An important thing about jumping young and high-scoped horses like Rose is that they can easily overheat themselves. An overheated jumper, no matter how loyal, can and will eventually refuse to jump. In the practice ring, this isn't the end of the world because they do also recover fairly fast. But if your horse runs out of energy during a competition, you're in trouble. The best way to avoid this happening is to practice efficient jumping. What does that mean? Learn to control your horse's jump height in a way that you don't let it overjump obstacles. Rose especially has a tendency to do that. It's awesome to have high-scoped horses, but those higher jumps come at a cost. They take energy. Sorry for yelling. No, you're not. Riding instructors are never sorry for yelling. I've just seen it too many times. A novice with cash gets a high-scope jumper thinking it's the only thing they need to succeed. Yes. The fate of those horses is often not good. They end up mistreated or their potential even entirely ruined. Anyhow, like I said, the most efficient strategy is to jump each fence at the lowest possible height that you can without knocking it. Mastering this will take repeated practice. It's essential that you practice this on your own frequently. Spot would be a good training partner for these types of exercises as well. Let's get to business. I'm going to be building us a line of obstacles. On the first 5 fences, keep Rose on the shorter side of the canter. This will make her jump the lowest. Right after the 5th jump, let her go. She will quickly bolt and take a high jump at the last one. Oh, fuck. That's going to take some serious coordination, and my fingers are cramping. Okay. We got this. We got this. We can do this. See, switch camera. How am I... Some could say I am not trained at this. Oh no, not with a turn. Oh my god. Just watch me eat it. Just watch me eat it. Fuck. Yep. That's exactly what I thought would happen. I'm in a short canter. Oh my god. It was all fun and games at the start, miss. I ride horses. I've been riding horses for me. But now you have to ride horses by remembering which finger goes where. And that is difficult at the best of times. And a refusal. I'm not lining it up correctly. That's the problem. Let me... Absolutely not. Calm down, ma'am. Do the exercise. I'm trying. The attitude. Alright, I'm going to approach from the outside. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Ugh. This is the most frustrating thing ever. I need to approach this correctly because approach obviously matters a lot. And knowing that there's going to be a constant turn while I'm also trying to keep her in pace is kind of stressing me out. Meow. There's a cat calling for my attention. Okay. Keep the pace low. Keep the pace low. Keep the pace low. Oh my god. At this point, my instructor would essentially be being like, here is a ball. Perhaps you would like to bounce it. That was a good effort. Like, I'd just be coming off feeling real humble and not just because of the horse. Like, and look, it's not the horse's fault. It's my fault. I'm setting her up incorrectly. I'm not giving good cues. It is absolutely my fault. Stop it. Oh, I can do that for you too. Excellent. I'm not gonna lose my patience. It's not her fault. It's my fault. I need to get the pacing right, and I need to have her really held back, and that's really difficult on a curve. I got this. I can do it. Oh my god. Alright. I think I did set it up well when I came at it at the angle. Fuck! Maybe no, I need to keep her out of work. It's not realistic for me to take... Stop it. To take all the jumps at a long canter. It's not going to happen. She needs to stay in a short canter. Okay. Zen, Dorothy. You gotta be zen. You gotta be zen. I said zen. Oh, shit. Oh my god! What a relaxing Wednesday where you watch me lose my mind. It's demo. It's demo Wednesday. It'll be a short game. Demos aren't that long. Yeah, unless you absolute dog water at them. Then they're pretty damn difficult. Stop. No! No! I can't do it better than that, ma'am. I can't do it better than that. Did you watch what I just did? For the horse's sake. For the horse's sake. No, no, and no. Ugh. Fine. Fine. Do I have to do it from the beginning, or can I just let her fly over that? Yup. Yup. Fucking watch me go, man. Ugh! I'm not getting frustrated because it's the game's fault or the horse's fault. It's because I'm pure dog water. That's why I'm getting frustrated. I'm well aware of the problem I have. Maybe that's a knee-jerk reaction to knowing that in the real world, if I got this frustrated, everyone would be like, you know, it's not the horse's fault. I freaking know. I know it's my fault. I know I'm dog water. Like... Yeah, I know. Don't make me do it again. I don't want to do it again. Don't fucking rush. We just need to get through this together. I know I need more practice. Shut up, Danica. Don't make me do it again. Yeah, I do think it's best we try this another time. I don't think for Rose's health we should be doing it. Yeah, I think that is enough for today. I'm gonna go into the break room and I'm just gonna have a little cry. Oh my god! Practicing efficiency will benefit you in the future in case you decide to get trained for hunter jumping. The flashbacks are beginning. Hunter jumping is basically an alternative discipline within jumping. Hi, kitty. Today it's not about you, it's about horses. We don't specialize in that style of jumping here at Grünhof. But there are other barns in Ravine Village who do. In Hunter, you are judged by not only the speed and faults, but also the stylistic aspect of your riding. For example, how carefully you follow the correct path. Overjumping is not... Don't even think about it. I've got chicken off the camera. Overjumping is not ideal, so it reduces the stylistic scoring. Speaking about scoring, please tell me you are participating in our local spring jumping show here. Maybe with Spot? The prizes are pretty good for a local show. Go read the competition rules on the board and let me know what you think. Okay. What are you doing? What have I got on? I don't have anything on there that would interest you. Where are the competition rules? Oh, right, right. Those are on the outside, aren't they? Enter competition. Each course is 18 jumps divided into 2 phases. By looking at the white and black background colors, the athlete can quickly tell which phase each fence belongs to. You say that, but I'm dog water. The first 10 fences are a part of the first phase. The aim is to clear phase 1 without penalties. Speed is not a huge factor during this phase. It only needs to be finished within 3 minutes. 3 Minuten. If the athlete finishes first phase without penalties, they are allowed to continue on to second phase. The second phase, also called a jump-off, consists of the last 8 jumps and is run against the clock. Both penalties and time affect scoring in phase 2, the emphasis being on penalties. If the athlete does not clear phase 1 without penalties, their round will end after jump number 10. Knocking a fence equals 4 penalty points. Only knocking one of the highest poles counts as a fault. The knocked pole has to touch the ground. The rider must familiarize the course path themselves by using the drawn map or the numbered slates as a guide. First phase is marked with white, second phase with black. I am going to fuck this up so so spectacularly. I did jumping back a while back before I had my first like big, actually I had my first big fall going over a cross country jump. And I haven't really jumped since then unless I'm riding side saddle. Just to pull out of the woodwork, I ride English and I ride side saddle, and I'm training Jellybean to get more muscled and everything so that he can carry a side saddle, because for me, side saddle, much more comfortable, much safer, especially on a reactive horse. I could just lock myself in. I won't get into it. I used to do jumping, and I distinctly remember my parents, especially my mother, coming to watch one of those like presentations where it was like at my school, and we're like, we'll just do a little like show jumping thing and everyone will do the course, and they weren't particularly high. You could do them in a trot. And I finished my course and I walked over to my mum, and I had walked the course and everything, and my mum went, why did you do it backwards? And I was like, what? I had completely flubbed it, and to this day I don't trust myself to remember courses. Walking the course mounted before starting the round is allowed. Jumping any obstacles other than the first is prohibited. The round starts automatically when the first obstacle is cleared. The fences are jumped from the direction the slate is pointing towards. Jumping the wrong fence results in disqualification. Yeah, I was disqualified. I remember that. And I didn't know why. And my mum was like, you did the course wrong. It's like, well, why didn't someone tell me? In case of refusal, the refused fence must be jumped again until cleared. That's not usually, unless you do it 3 times, third time's an elimination from memory. Speedometer and other riding aids are prohibited during competition. The athlete must know their horse well enough to ride by intuition. To progress onto a higher class, the rider must have achieved at least a common rosette from the previous class. A common rosette is awarded for any performance where the first phase is cleared without penalties. Wow, that is the face of a champion. That anxious eye look. Loving it. All right. Oh, God. Are we going to enter a competition, are we? To the Patreon exclusive demo. You can download an extended version of the demo game by becoming a monthly Patreon supporter to support the game development. As a patron of any tier, you get access to the following features: 2 extra horses, competitions, and build your own jump horse. Okay, so I might come back with a Patreon version where we pick up and we just do the comps. I think that was also the last lesson. So I think we have finished the demo. Oh, dressage basics. We got to do dressage basics. Then we finish the demo. I think it's time for us to go through the basics of dressage. I've built you a dressage arena here. The arena used for dressage is smaller than jumping arenas. That is true. I am hoping to have on my acreage when we get there, and again, this is why I'm hustling this year. I'm really hoping to have a covered arena, so not fully enclosed, nothing as fancy as like this, but just a roof and some solid kickboards so that it looks solid, it feels solid, and it's big enough to do dressage, and it's big enough to have some cavaletti so we can do trot work, but it never needs to be big enough to do fucking oxes and stuff. That's never going to happen with me. Despite having a massive horse, I'm afraid of heights. Okay. Follow the track. Maybe I will. Nice. Am I on Rose? I am. She's pink. That's E. Am I allowed to trot this? Look in the trunk. That's the vibe. Sorry. Must mean trunk. See. Oh, I can't. Oh, God. I really want to be able to do more dressage work because that's what I do in the real world. So I'm like, yes, laterals, diagonals, let's do it all. I know how to do that. I do that every week. Look at me, Mom. Look at me. I'm riding. Is there a problem? Am I meant to be doing it in walk? Because that is the most boring Yeah. Dressage is one of the disciplines in English-style riding. It's kind of like performing a dance routine with your horse. In the beginner levels of dressage, this would simply mean riding differently shaped figures in walk, trot, or canter. Your performance is then scored on the precision of the gait changes and path following. You've already done very similar exercises in your previous lessons, just without the dressage arena. More advanced dressage includes special movements like leg yields, which I actually can do with Jellybean. Leg yields would be your horses walking in a zigzag movement. Jumping is not part of dressage at all. That's why dressage can also be called flat work in casual language, which I interchange them, yes. The letters on the sides act as the point of the dressage arena. A dressage test could, for example, tell you to walk from A to E, then do a full halt when precisely at E. The letterboards light up when you are near them. A green light indicates that you are precisely at the letter. Pink light means you are approaching the letter, but not quite there yet. The first figure we're going to look at is called a diagonal. Yes! If you paid any attention in geometry class, you should know what a diagonal line is. I do. I love doing trots down the diagonal. Of course you haven't. Diagonal line goes from the corner of the screen to the opposite corner. A burn? By using the lettered points, this would be either from H to F or K to M. Give me 1 second. I think my husband's trying to tell me to leave. Oh. It's just him asking me to be a sugar mama. And we're walking, and we're walking. K to M in walk. Why does it have to? Well, I know why it has to be in walk, but still. This is riveting stuff. Let's see how it works out for her. This is when your instructor would be like, pay attention! Look where you want to go! You confuse the horse when you turn your body. It's true. You shift your weight in the saddle, it confuses them. Nice. Continue the diagonal from H to F in trot. Thank you. I'm trying not to let motion sickness take me over. It is difficult. Trot, 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 trotting down the diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting because I have to count on Jellybean. 1, to remind myself to breathe. I have a problem with holding my breath. And 2, it gives him something to focus on. He gets really in his own head if there's not, like, communication. You know, you're not meant to talk in dressage. But that's why we don't compete. Let's try out a circle figure next. There are 2 types of circle figures in the official dressage rules. A big circle and a vault. A big circle is as wide as the arena. A vault is a smaller circle. Very true. Oh, I need to upgrade my chair. I'm basically sitting on the bolts right now. Face of concentration while she does the kind of riding that she does multiple times a week and has done for decades. 25 was 20 years. 26 years. I've been riding for 26 years. On and off. And yet I'm still as shit as I am. We're okay. I do have a TikTok. Jellybean and I have a TikTok together. It's called Dot and Jellybean, and I intentionally post our fails and funny stuff. It's not our peaks, because if I showed our peaks, it would be boring, because we're not competition level or anything. So I show all of the silly bits, the falls, the out of tempo trot poles, all that sort of stuff. That is Dot and Jellybean on TikTok if you are interested in that sort of stuff. I think it's funny, but it's fine if you don't. I only have like 370 something followers. A center line figure simply goes from short end of the arena to the other end. Yes, I know that. Ride a center line from A to C in short canter. Oh, God. I like how it has the prints from the last exercise on there. I really like that. It's just a little detail that is just so clever. I know I'd be getting yelled at for leaning too far into the arena. You need to be on the outside track. Go right into the corners. Right into the corners. Did I go the wrong side again? Let's see. Yeah, I did. I did. It wants me to do it again. I am doing a short canter. Going right into the corner. Pivoting at A. Okay. I went pink, but I don't think I... Oh, I did it. I did it that time. Next, do a volt at K. Ooh. Again, I keep forgetting which finger is opposites. I didn't get K right. Follow the track and ride the center line again. This looks like more of what I do on a daily basis. Okay. Done it backwards, haven't I? Oh my god, stop forgetting which finger is which. Loving the precision aspect. It doesn't look like I am, but I am actually loving it. It's very familiar. It's like home. I messed up the A. Let's fix it. There we go. Now let's practice some halts. To be able to do a full stop precisely at the letter, you need to use the instant stop command. I taught you a while ago when you rode spot the first time, remember? Let's revise it. That's it? Great. In the next exercise, try to stop at B as precisely as possible. The board should be green when you stand still. This can take a few tries for you to find the correct timing to pull the reins. Okay. There's B. Let's be calm and get this right. Continue and trot to the diagonal KM. Stop at the center point. Okay. Okay. Did I? This should be enough, I reckon. Your riding lessons with me here at Grunhof have now come to an end. Excuse me? How do you feel? In the future, if you do decide to take more riding lessons, you should consider which discipline you want to focus on. Most riders find themselves more interested in some disciplines than others. Then what do you say to the Grand Prix riders who do all three? I mainly teach show jumping and basic flat work. If you'd rather focus on dressage or even cross country, we can find you a coach for those. Maybe dressage will be your thing. I don't know. You decide. Although the start was a bit rough, you've progressed pretty fast. Maybe we'll meet again, Vanderwall. Wait. I almost forgot. One more thing. We recently got a new horse called Damon. I got so much on my plate these days, I haven't had time to jump on him yet. In fact, none of us have. Oh yeah, let's put the beginner on. He was bought from a young rider, so he's very kind and honest, just a bit oversized. Okay, alright, yeah. You can hop on him someday if you want. Just inform us beforehand. And the competitions are still open if you want to try your luck in that. See you around, girl. See you around. Lesson completed. That was a nice way to end the demo. Despite all my swearing and my frustration at the end there on Rose in the cross-country or the hunter jump arena, I had a lot of fun. I have had a really shit day today with my depression, I'll be honest. So that's one of the reasons I kind of chose this demo over the others, because I really just wanted to play a horse game. Just like horses in real life, they kind of calm me down and bring those good chemicals up to the surface, and this very much did. I'm really looking forward to it. There's no release date yet, which is very disappointing. It's been in production or pre-production for a while. So I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be. But then again, I have some Kickstarter backs that were meant to be done like 2 years ago, and they're rolling out, but they're not on target anymore. So, you know, you never know. I think it's a great game. I think if you like horses and you are as passionate as I am, you'll absolutely enjoy this game. I want to make a big shout out to the devs who will never see this, but the work is amazing. The horses look great. The environment is really beautiful. That's one thing I noticed with Astride, is the environment actually looks very dry. It looks very droughty, and it's very kind of depressing, but this is stunning, even with the dead trees, because it's winter. Like, they've really put some thought into the Swiss Alps sort of vibe, and the pine trees, and just the layout of the entire thing is just beautiful. I could see myself spending hours being in this environment, being very, very happy in game. I think the people who made this are absolutely horse girls, and possibly horse boys, probably. They know what the ideal barn is, like the dream barn is for a lot of people, and they've really made it in their own way. I think it's gorgeous. For a demo, it's really solid. It makes me feel like it is close to the end of close to full release, and whatever they're going to charge, I'm probably going to pay for it, because out of all the ones that I've sampled, including some ones that have actually been released already, like Ranch of Rivershine, this is so much more fun just because it's got that reality in it. So I absolutely love it. I highly recommend, if you're a horse girl, play this game because it's awesome. Oh, there is July 15th. Sorry, I've only just seen your comments. Sorry, I don't have my chat up in the thing. Oh my god, July 15th? Really? Oh, or 19th. I am going to... You're right, let's go. I'm going to be spending a serious amount of money on this game. Thanks for telling me, Blueapool 65. I've heard about this game for a while. I heard it from there's an equestrian game reviewer on YouTube who I watched a lot of, because when oh my god, that horse game app came out a while ago. Equestrian the game. Equestrian the game. When Equestrian the game came out, Rattle did a lot of videos about it, you know, Equestrian the Greed, all that sort of stuff. And it actually did kind of put me off the game because graphically it's beautiful, but all the microtransactions and things, it was kind of a problem. But she did a playthrough review on Tales of Rein, Ravine, and I didn't have a PC at that time, and it's one of the first things that I looked for when I got my gamer PC. I went, I have to try this game. It's been living rent-free in my mind for months. So I've been playing it for a little while now, a very little while. But I'll absolutely be upgrading the demo, and I will absolutely be on my computer on July 19th with an open purse, because I'm very, very excited about it. This is awesome. So I'm glad you found the stream if you're still around. I'm sorry for not responding. I'm very, very new to this, so my chat function doesn't show up. So a lot of the time it kind of goes silent. But thank you for engaging. I really like it. So yeah, no, it is. Yeah, for months. That's good. Do they have a Discord or anything at all? Like, I'd love to obviously give some to the Patreon, but if there's a Discord or something, that would be awesome. Should be free when it comes out. Oh, they deserve to charge for it. It's really good. Yeah. Should be free. Yeah, no worries. No, I'll yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually going to note that down in my calendar. That's something I'm going to be looking forward to. That's awesome. So thanks for stopping in. I hope it didn't frustrate you how much I was struggling. That's just because I'm really unco, but there we go. I'm going to hop off because I've played through the demo and given my opinions. I love it. I recommend it. Like I said, I'm going to be waiting on July 19th when it comes out, and I'm going to be giving to the Patreon when I can, because it's well earned. And now I have to go and do boring grown-up stuff on a Wednesday night. But have a good night. I hope you have a more exciting one than I do after this. And yeah, I know. So I'm gonna be subbing to one of the tiers because they deserve it. This is a fantastic game. So I'll be keeping an eye on the updates. But that's why I didn't know when it was getting released. I'll see you later. I hope you come back sometime. I don't always play horse games, but I am a big horse girl. So have a good night. And anyone else who watches this retrospectively, I hope you have a good night too. See ya. Good light. So long.